Hi everybody, I'm back at home this week. I just got back from Salt Lake City where I taught at Handy Quilter Retailer Academy and had so much fun. I love the Handy Quilter retailers because most of what I do is travel around from store to store to store, meeting all of the fabulous quilters in their area. So it was great seeing them in a little bit different environment, and we had a great time. After 3 or so days of that, then I taught at Handy Quilter Academy, where I taught students, customers who were coming to learn all about their machines. During these events, I typically focus on the Sweet 16 because that's the machine that I know how to quilt on very, very well. But this time I also taught some long arm classes, and I taught on the Simply 16, which is a different type of frame, and I got to generally work my way around a bunch of different machines that I don't always get to do. It was a lot of fun. But with my Sweet 16 students, I spent a week with them. So I had them for a full day in boot camp, learning all about their machines. I had different classes with them where I was helping in the class or teaching the class. And what's really precious about a time like that is you get to make friends. Your students during that time become your friends when you spend 4 full days together, long days. And everybody's a little tired and everybody's a little punchy, but I had a lot of fun, and my students told me they had a lot of fun and they learned a lot. We had a great time. There might even be video of me singing and dancing on stage one night, and any of you who are astute on Facebook might be able to find it. That actually happened. We made up a little song and got to sing and got everybody dancing, and it was kind of fun. And no, I'm not going to sing it for you here. This video is going to show on July 5th. That's what day it is when you're watching. I'm filming it before the holiday because I have some family plans that will have me away. So I'm a little early, but you're going to see it a little late. But it's basically, today we're going to talk about the American Independence Day. For my friends overseas, July 4th is the day that America became a country. It's our Independence Day. It's the day we declared our independence, and there was a lot of history after that. But it's a national holiday. So for national holidays, if I'm home, I like to sew. How about you? Is that your favorite thing to do on a holiday? Our recent holiday, we had Memorial Day, which is a day that we celebrate as a remembrance day of our war dead. During that day, I made this quilt. This quilt is called Stepping Stones. It's one of my cutie patterns. See, available on my website, and it uses 16 fat 8s. I chose mostly patriotic colors here, and I will give this quilt away as a quilt of valor. It is now quilted and bound in time for the 4th of July, and I need to make like a label and a pillowcase and do some paperwork before I send it to its final home, but hopefully someone will love it very, very much. I did a really simple quilting job on this. I quilted swirls all over it. Other versions of this quilt I've quilted more extensively, but the person receiving this quilt won't like it more or less depending upon the quilting, so I elected to do a pretty quick quilting job, which was elements as a swirly pattern that I quilted all over it in white thread. For the backing of this quilt, I decided to go a little bit scrappy. So I had some blue, I had some red, and I also had, hold on, over here, I had some patriotic fabric here, some American flag fabric, and I kind of pieced it all together for the back. I did do a little holiday work on the binding here because these are candy canes, if you remember that from an earlier video. I liked the red and white stripes of that because they reminded me of the flag. So that's ready to go, and after a little bit more work. Now, for the 4th of July, I actually don't know all of my family plans yet. I just got back in town and I was told we have family plans, but I'm not really sure what they are. So if I'm home, I will make a quilt, and I will make this quilt. It's called Railroad Junction. It is from Pinwheels. It's a brown bag basic pattern, and I purchased it in the year 2000. Not only the pattern, but the fabric. So I have these fabrics, and they are washed. I can't even tell you what decade I washed them in, but these are ready to go. So I think the time has come for me to piece this quilt. This will also be a quilt of valor when it's done, but I'm not sure if I'm going to piece it earlier this week or later this week, just because I have, again, unknown travel plans. But this is now at the top of my piecing pile. One other thing I want to mention is I'm playing around with postcards and I'm playing around with free motion quilting just to remember that I like it because it's fun. So the threads I've grabbed out this time are my Fabulux, and this one is called Parade. For those of you who aren't American, you probably realize that people in the States, we love our flag. So this thread is red, white, and blue for the American flag.